So, WandaVision's Evan Peters reflects on the Ralph Bohner twist and his shocking return to Marvel. I got a couple articles I wanted to read here. I wanted to dive in on the Ralph Bohner debacle and why it may not necessarily be a done deal yet. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. It is in the article. But there's been a couple articles written by the direct here a while ago that I kind of wanted to go over and do a little speculation on what I think is going on here. Now, just going into, Evan Peters and how he felt about it. Evan Peters served as the guest speaker during a talk with Pace University, and he discussed his appearance on WandaVision. In a snippet from the conference, Peter confirmed that he didn't know the last name of his character. Ralph was Bohner. He just knew it was Ralph. The veteran actor also admitted that he laughed hysterically when he found out. I didn't know his last name was Bohner, so there's that scene where I'm upstairs in my man cave and I'm explaining to Monica Rambeau. She looks at the headshot and she says, Ralph Bohner. And I was like, Bohner? I started hysterically laughing because I had no idea that my last name was Bohner. I knew that from the beginning that he was Ralph and that he was being controlled by the witch. So that's as far as he knew and had the information from the script. Now, the reason why the whole Ralph Bohner thing is, I still think even in play, is because Ralph Bohner wasn't even his real name. There has been evidence to suggest that he was the missing persons that was under the protective custody of Agent Wu, and that's who he was looking for. And Ralph Bohner was a cover name. It was never explained what he was in protective custody for. So I believe that could play, and I'll get into that in a second here. Now, there's a little piece on here that says, will Evan Peters return to the MCU? One of the main reasons behind the hype for Peters' arrival to the show was due to the X-Men rights returning to Marvel Studios. The initial appearance of Fox Quicksilver actor led many to believe that he would act as the connective tissue of the two franchises, and that the fact that Wanda was messing with reality appeared to be the final nail in the coffin during the reveal. Despite the hype and overwhelming theories, the Ralph Bohner reveal shattered those hopes. Still, Peters' performance as the fake Pietro Maximoff was well received, and this could serve as a glimmer of hope for the actor to return in time down the line. WandaVision creator Jack Schaefer suspiciously played coy about Peters' MCU future, pointing out that she can't say anything more about the topic, and while also hinting at Marvel's long game approach. It remains to be seen if Ralph will return in the future project, but there's a sense that the character's story is far from over. And that's the part I wanted to go into here. There's been multiple hints by Jack Schaefer and also the director of WandaVision that this character would return. Now, as of late, there has been new information on this, and I want to get into the director. This is what the director had to say about the possible return of Evan Peters. A nearly unexpected surprise. WandaVision director Matt Shakman was asked in several questions regarding Evan Peters' role as the fake Pietro Maximoff. The Marvel director commented on the opportunity to include Peters in the series, saying it was an early idea and he was thrilled they were able to include it. Shakman mentioned the difficulty of keeping the fake Quicksilver's role in WandaVision quiet to avoid the surprise cameo leaking. The filmmaker joked they had to hide him under capes and towels, which there was actually a set leak photo that showed that. But they didn't quite make it to air date, the director said, referring to the character's leaked appearance several days to the release, which I did cover that. Recent episodes of the iconic Agatha All Along song revealed Agatha possessed someone to impersonate Pietro to trick Wanda into revealing the secrets of Westview. Now, see, Fox Quicksilver or someone else. With the supposed 50-minute runtime of WandaVision series finale, there are a lot of questions. This has already been answered, this part of it, and they did not reveal that in the WandaVision finale. But it's because, like he said, they're playing the long game. So here's the latest bit of information, okay? There was an Esquire interview, and it says WandaVision fans found clues that might explain who Ralph Bohner really is. A few weeks speculating why WandaVision brought Evan Peters from the Fox-Men universe to play Wanda's brother. And there, saying that it was a cruel joke, and a lot of people were not very happy about this. But one of the things that they use for the clues is to say Wanda cannot bring things back from the dead. She would know she tried. Why would she not when she was totally rewriting reality to get herself the life she wanted? Pietro would have been there, but she can't bring people back from the dead. And rewriting reality to suit her to suit her pain, she brought over the next closest thing from another reality, a man with similar mutant power, but nothing else in common with her. The stranger became just another person in her unconscious stage production. Now, we all know that this was Agatha's possessing of this man, but why particularly him? What they're setting up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe with these Nexus events, and I believe WandaVision was probably the first. So I do believe that this person that she brought in, and there's still a little haziness on it, but I do believe the person that she brought in was the multiverse Quicksilver, and for whatever reason he had to be Ralph Bohner for witness protection. Now, at the point when Agatha possessed him or did whatever she did, it triggered the alarm in the hex, and they never explained that, because usually the only thing that would trigger the shield or the sword alarm would be if somebody was going into the hex. So it almost made it seem like he came from outside of the hex, but we both know he was the next door neighbor that actually was already in that home. So there's a lot of controversy on that. Now let's get to the part where I think Marvel Studios, how they're trying to play this, okay? I think they're going to bring him back. And I think they're going to bring him back in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And I think they're going to attempt to put an explanation scene in that movie to explain why he was there and why he is still the Multiverse Quicksilver, but why the events of WandaVision happened the way they did. I do believe that they are going to give us the payoff of that character. And if you look at how Feige and team have been using the multiverse, they're using different parts of it. They're not taking everything and bringing it over. For instance, there's reports that Jamie Foxx's Electro will be different from Amazing Spider-Man 2. But it sounds like the teams are bringing over what worked in the previous films that were not done by Disney, and they're going to expand upon it, explain, keep what they like, and maybe get rid of what they don't like. I truly believe that Evan Peters is one of the things they liked from the Fox universe, which is the reason why I think they got him to be in WandaVision in the first place, to even bring that confusion and get that controversy going. I think there's certain actors or certain characters from that universe you won't see come over to the new iteration of the X-Men, but I think some are going to come over in some sort of way. Now, the question is, will the new X-Men be made up of a multiverse or some of the Fox men? Will they carry over into the new universe? And to that, I say maybe. We have to still see which Charles Xavier they're going to use. And we know we're going to get the Illuminati and Doctor Strange as well. They want to get Hugh Jackman back, but he keeps saying no, reportedly. But I think there's a good chance that there's a lot of misdirection going on with these actors and always being asked about these roles. We'll know definitively months before Doctor Strange comes out, because Spider-Man No Way Home will be out, and by then we'll know for sure 100% if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire and Charlie Cox are in the film. If they are, you can wipe out every interview they've ever said over the past 2 years about they know nothing about this. I haven't been contacted. Those are not my forearms. The host of other lines that they've told reporters to try to throw you off the set. It's to the point now with these actors, they have to downright lie to reporters about their involvement in different projects. There's actually a video out of Evan Peters, and I'll see if I can find it and link it. If I can, I will. But there was a video out where he was being interviewed with the other X-Men during, I believe it was X-Men Dark Phoenix. And they asked those actors specifically about going over to Disney. And I want to say it was the young lady that played Storm, and it was Hank, the guy that plays Beast, Hank McCoy. I can't remember who else was with him. It was 3 or 4 other. I think it was like Nightcrawler and maybe Cyclops. They all kind of like, yeah, it'd be cool to go over, but we don't know if our contract's blah, 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 blah. The whole time, Evan Peters was dead silent, and he had this look on his face, and he was kind of looking around, and it was like he didn't want to answer it. He didn't want to avoid it since it was asked as a whole. You know, his situation may be different than their situation. It was hilarious because he knew something was up. He definitely knew something was going on, but he couldn't say. So it's things like that you see that are happening, and you really have to kind of go with it, man. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out, and yeah, I'm excited, man. I can't wait. The X-Men is what I want in the MCU. I'm waiting to see how the Eternals, like I really hope the Eternals set up or drop an Easter egg about Apocalypse, and they tie Apocalypse and his possible, just the fact that he's there, you know, and how he would play off of the whole thing they got going with Kang right now. I think that'll be cool. I do have questions about how much they can do in such short little time, but it sounds like Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness is when we're going to get all of this answered. So with that said, that's my Bohner argument. You know, it left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. I don't think it's resolved. I think he's coming back, and he may even be back for the long term. We'll have to wait and see how all this craziness works out. But man, I'm hyped for it. The fact that they're even hitting and kind of wanting to say something, but no, they can't really say anything definitively, kind of leads me to believe, if you know, my 5150, that he'll be back and we'll get this resolved. So let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know down in the comment section if you're excited, if you want to see Ralph Bohner return, if you just want to see Ralph Bohner explained. And yeah, man, let me know how you guys feel about that. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out.